Hi there. Talk about a stranger I've met, number two. So, this happened when I was probably maybe 21, and I lived in a smaller town, and it had a laundromat. And right next to the laundromat was a gym. So, a lot of my time was spent at the gym and the laundromat, because that's where I would do my laundry. Sometimes I'd throw laundry in, and then I'd go to the gym and I'd get my muscles all pumped up, and then I'd go into the laundromat and switch over laundry. And one day it was wintertime, and I was just sitting there. The front of the laundromat was a big window, and across the street from the laundromat was a jeweler. And there was a man that owned the jewelry store, and he saw me sitting over there, and he kept come over to the laundromat, and he said, "Hey, young man, you know, I saw you sitting over there, and I couldn't help but notice that you look like a strong young man, and wondering if you wanted to make $50." And I'm like, "Sure. What do you want?" And he's like, "Well, I gotta move a safe. I can't do it by myself." So okay, so we went over there, and we moved the safe from one room to another room, and started to ask me some questions about myself. I said, "Well, I'm basically like a bricklayer apprentice, and I do concrete stuff." And he's like, "That's great. I got a house, and the basement is just in really bad shape, and I need like the walls tuck pointed, and the floor is all broken up, and why don't you come over? Here's my phone number. Come over here. Come over and check it out." And so I went over there, and I ended up. He hired me to tear out all of his basement floor and tuck point all of his basement walls, and I made like $1,000. And during this whole process, I met his kids, and ended up taking one of his kids paintballing, and I ended up babysitting his kids one time, and friending them on Facebook like 10, 15 years later, and you see one of them's married, and just really beautiful kids, and I don't really keep in touch with him anymore, but now I get to see his kids kind of grow up. But uh, that was a stranger met me, and I met a stranger, that's just one of the strangers that I met in my life.